Hey guys, welcome back to Easel Does It Studio. My name is Michelle, and today we are doing a Let's Resin project. This mold and these other three, these four, were given to me by Let's Resin for me to review. So we're gonna do the little angel one today. And then we have a unicorn, a little wolf, and a kitty cat. So I am going to do this one today, and I'm going to put these back in here so they don't get all cruddy. All right. And then we're going to do this stand. Now, back a few videos ago, I had made this stand, and I didn't have anything that was small enough to go in this little space. So I think this one is going to work if I put the hole far enough back that her feet would hang over. So we're just going to try it. So thank you to Let's Resin for sending me these molds. I absolutely love them. So we are going to use the Let's Resin Chameleon Powder and the Let's Resin Holographic Glitter. So I've picked out 3 glitters and 1 of the Chameleon Powder. And actually, no, these are 2 glitters and 1 of the just Chameleon Powder. Yeah. So we're going to do the moon in the Chameleon Powder in Champagne. We are going to do the little star in the silver. And we are going to do our little fairy angel or whatever she is in this pink. And then we're going to back it in black. For the base, I figured we would use Galaxy, where since this is a moon, Galaxy, the stars, moon, you know. And I am going to do these stars in the silver as well. So let's just get into this, and I am going to start with the lightest color first on this. So I'm going to flip this mold over because, yeah, we all know if I don't, what's going to happen. So I'm going to go in with the silver. And maybe, let me try. I wish that some company would come out with different shape and sizes of brushes, so that when we're doing like little spots like this, so I don't know if this Q-tip is going to work, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to start with that and just see. All right, so it gave a good coating on the bottom, but not on the sides. So I'll take a micro brush, because I know on my last one that I used these, it didn't show up. And I don't know if it's because I had just used white instead of a black, but yeah, I'm just going to try and really get that in there. All right, because I want to burnish it, so I guess what I'm going to have to do is find a one of my old paint brushes that I don't mind getting rid of to do these little tiny spaces. All right, hopefully I got it all. All right, So I'm not going to do the silver on that because I'm going to actually do that last, and I'll show you what I mean. Now, see, I already got cleanup to do. Yep. Let me see if I can just get it with some tape. I mean, it's not that big of a deal because I'm going to be doing silver glitter in this, but, you know, I'd like to keep it somewhat the same colors. All right, let me see if I can just get that tape in there. And just take a little micro brush and a little bit of alcohol and just try to get in here. There, I think we got it all. I mean, the fairy's not too bad because she's going to be glittered anyways. And I guess it really wouldn't even matter in the, you know, in the moon. But I want to try to, you know, get as much of that out as I can. Now, I could use a baby wipe, but you know what? I'm just not into that this morning, so we ain't doing that. All right, so let me clean this sponge. This brush on the switching sponge. And we are going to go in with the pink, and we're going to do, and by doing this, I can angle this. In fact, let me grab a piece of tape and just to try to keep like that little bit of where I want the angle to be, so I won't have as much cleanup. I don't know, guys, if this is going to work, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I'll start with this area so then I can take the tape off. Okay. Get her little tutos. Just try not to get my head in your line of vision here. You don't need to see my big old head with my gray hairs. Because, you know, those grays don't color like the rest of the colors. Yeah, it says it covers grays. Well, I'll tell you, it doesn't cover all of them. Just saying. All right, so let's get this little area in here. I just want to get that burnished in there good. So yeah, I don't know last time if it's because I had used a really dark color next to the silver glitter. But yeah, it really, I kind of lost a lot of it. It picked up the other color, so I'm just trying to see. All right, that looks covered. All right. And make sure we get our sides and our little points. So look at that. We have a nice little, I will clean probably a little of that off. Yeah, just like that. And I'm finding that if you clean this part off, like right when you're done, the cleanup on the molds are so much easier, because it seems like the longer it sits there, the more embedded that it becomes. All right, and I have like 3 or 4 spots that's not wanting to adhere. All right. And that way there, I won't have as much cleanup on the outside of the mold. All right. So let me and yeah, there's a little bit of the pink in the moon. I'm not even going to kind of worry about it, because we're going to go in with this champagne color, which is a chameleon, so it shifts between pinks and like golds and copper, and yeah. So I'm just going to mix up some black resin, and we're going to pour this. Now, I did not measure, and I don't see, a lot of the Let's resin molds will have the measurements. Now, see, looking at it like this, there's some areas that I got to go back in and redo, because the black will show through those little spots. And see the tips of the, so I'm going to go back in and do those again in a minute. So sometimes the like an disposable eyeshadow brush will work better. So that's kind of what I'm gonna go over that with, just because if you have any streaks or anything like that, it will show through your piece. So you want to make sure that you have no brush marks. And these lighter molds are good because you can see, you know, like there's a little spot there, I'll get that, but I'm definitely going to go over her again. Even though it looks pretty good here, I am going to take this little eyeshadow brush. Oh, wrong color. Hang on. Luckily, that won't show because, hopefully it won't, because the other color is already down there. So I'm just going to flip this over and we're going to go back in with the pink. Yeah, stupid mistake. A stupid mistake. Oh, well. She's a fairy. She can be all kinds of different colors, right? So definitely All right. And it just is, it's like not wanting to stick in certain spots. I don't know why. But, all right. So I'm going to leave that, and we're going to do our little stand, and that'll just be quick. So I'm just going to clean my brush that I was using, and we're going to go in this with some Galaxy. And that. So pretty much almost all, like 90% of my micas and stuff like that are from Let's Resin. I do have a discount code down below, and I will link these in the description box as well. And I'm going to use the Let's Resin epoxy resin. I would have used like a polyurethane if I had black, but I only got the one that dries white. And I want this to have the effect from the black, so I'm just going to use I would use the 4-hour fast cure, but I don't have a vacuum chamber, and the machine that I have doesn't do the thicker resins, so that's why I'm going to use the casting resin. Not the casting. I'm going to use the epoxy resin, just because I have more of that. I am almost out of my casting resin, so I'm saving that for anything that I want, like, to have a clear finish in, because that one, I can get the bubbles out really good. That's my favorite one, but so we're still waiting on my husband's retirement to come through, so my only income right now is doing these projects, so I have to be frugal and pinch my pennies. So yeah. All right. So I'm just looking. I don't want any brush marks. Okay. So now I'm going to take a baby wipe, because we want to do those stars. And so I'm going to try to get just my finger. All right, maybe a piece of tape would be better. Let me try a piece of tape here. Let's try a small piece. All right, so that seems to be working pretty good. And then once I put the silver, then I can just touch up the Galaxy. All right, so I'm gonna clean this off. Tiny bit of alcohol, and take off any of the extra. And I'm going to see if Q-tip is going to work. No, it's not even sticking on the Q-tip. Let's try this. It is like not wanting to, unless it's just because it's so light. I don't know. So we'll do that. I can always paint it after. And let me just go back in with a little bit of the galaxy and fix around that. All right, so we are going to get our resin mixed up. So let me get that mixed up, run through the debubbler, and then I will be back and we will pour this. Alrighty guys, I'll be back. Okay, so I mixed up 8 ounces. I divided it into 2 cups just because it's going to be easier for me to figure out how much these hold. I couldn't remember how much this one held. So I have got my black pigment paste, and I'm going to have to either make some more or buy some because this one's starting to get low. And with this one here, you really don't need a bunch. So I'm going to clean off the stick. And we're going to mix this. And then I will mix the other one so that they're both, I mean, they're both black. Black is black, so I don't have to worry about, oh, they're going to match. Yeah, black is black, as long as they're opaque. Because I don't want to see through it. That's why I'm using a paste and not an alcohol ink. Guys, if you have any suggestions, I have got the Let's Resin metallic inks, and I, for the life of me, cannot think of something to do with them. So give me some suggestions, guys, in the comments, because I would like to use them. There's a whole crap ton of colors. All right, so that one is mixed. And let's get this one mixed up. And again, I'm just gonna put some on this stick and just get it in there. All right. So I don't think that one's gonna take 4 ounces, but sometimes these molds are deceiving. They really are. All right, so that is good. All right. I'm just gonna wipe this stick off and put this away. Okay. So let's get this one poured. Trying ever so carefully to not do what I just did and go over in the little star. But I will take my little pokey stick and get that in there. I just want to make sure that there are no bubbles in those little like corner pieces, but because I have that glitter powder on, I don't want to rub the mold itself, because if I scrape that powder off, then we're just going to see the black. So all right. So we're going to go with that. Let's and I didn't even look at how much I had left. I'm thinking I had 2 ounces. I think that took 2 ounces. That was the whole purpose of pouring it in 2 cups, guys. Yeah, my brain. You know, when you get old, it just sucks. I get so into like what I'm doing that I forget what I wanted to do. All right, so this is another 4. All right. So those are domed really well. And let's see. We have got almost 2.5 ounces left. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get my interference colors out, and we're going to pour it in there, and then I will find something else to make. All right, and I still have some in here, so all right. So these are the interference powders, and I have used a few of them. I don't know if I have used all of them. We have green, gold, pink, violet, the blue, and the silver. Let me try the silver in this black, because I've done the blue, and that gives it like a galaxy kind of color. So, yeah, I don't know what the silver will turn the black. So let's find out. So it gives it like a gray sparkly. Okay, so let's mix some green in with the silver. Because the only way we're going to know what these colors do is by playing with them. So it gives a green hue and that silver hue. All right, so let me see how much. I've got 2.5 ounces. The thing is do I do another elk, or do I trying to see what I have for smaller pieces. All right, so I'm going to find something to put this in, and I will be back on demold. Alrighty, guys, I will have an extra for you. All right, guys, we are back, and these are cured. So let me do the extras first. All right, so I ended up doing a flower. This is a Beebeecraft one that I got in one of my kits, and I just absolutely love this flower. So I did it with that mixture that I had made for that. And this is a two-tone because I had already poured it with like a bronze, and then I just filled it up with the green. So I'll make a keychain out of it. I do have a little trimming to do, but not that bad. All right. So then I made my Mr. Turtle guy. Oh, and he came out so cute. So in person, you can see like the lighter green sparkle through it. There are a lot of little micro bubbles, which I don't understand because I don't usually get them in this one, but I did. But he's so adorable. I got a little cleanup on the bottom, little trimming, but he is just adorable. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's get this out first. And I'm hoping that our little angel moon, crescent moon, will fit on here. All right, so our base came out really nice. There is like a little bubble right there that kind of, but other than that, it came out really good. All right, so let's see. And this should look the same other than the stars. Oh, there is a little bit of the silver in the stars. Not a ton, but all right, where is my deeper? So I figured if I trim it before I try and put it in the base, it might work better. Just like that. So we have our little stand. All right, so I'm gonna get our little angel fairy. I don't know actually what she is, but we're gonna get her out, and then I'm going to see if it's going to fit in our base. All right, let's move that aside. And there's very little cleanup. In fact, I'm able to do it with my fingernail. It is just really fine. There was one spot there. All right. Very minimal cleanup. I like it when I do that. So I'm not liking how the glitter, I don't know, it wasn't sticking to the mold good. She's pretty in one aspect, but then on an, you know, if you look at it like flat, you can see there's like dark spots, and I don't understand why it did that. But let's see. It is going to fit, guys. So if okay, so I put my bigger drill bit on my jewelry tool, and I will figure out what to do with her. All right, so I want it right about here. And where is my little mat I have? Just so I don't drill my table. All right. So let's see. I'm going to turn this on. Almost through. There we go. So we've got our hole. All right. I could have used my Dremel and it would have been a little quicker, but, you know, that's what I had, so that's what I went with. All right, so let me figure out what I'm going to use to attach this. I don't have any jump rings. I think that would be big enough for that. So, but I think this is going to be really cute. So let me put you on a pause, figure out how I'm going to attach it, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I figured out what I was going to do. So I did have a jump ring that was big enough. So I just put a piece of ribbon through it. I colored in the stars with my Let's Resin chrome marker. I love these. And I bedazzled her out a little bit, not a lot. I didn't want to overdo, but I put a few rhinestones on the ends of her wing. I gave her a bow to cover that little spot, and then I put a butterfly to kind of camouflage the other little spot. And I painted her little star with the chrome marker, and I just outlined her body with the chrome marker. So this is our little finished piece. I think it is adorable. So now I have something that I know will fit on these little stands. So you can just put this for decoration. Now that, you know, like Christmas is coming, I could do them in Christmas colors, and we could put like poinsettias or flowers or whatever on there. So there's a lot we could do with that. So that is that. And I am only going to take my chrome marker, and I'm just going to give him some eyeballs. And we will just kind of outline his little mouth like that. And maybe instead of doing like the whole shell, I am just going to outline the shell. Because I'm trying to like do these in different ways to see which way looks better. You know, it's, again, it's to each person's total preference, but it's just, it's good to try different things to see what is gonna look good and what isn't. All right. So we got that. Let's take the fine tip and just do the little shell piece, whatever they're called. I don't know what these things are called. All I know is this little turtle is adorable. So it just kind of brightens this shell up just a little bit. You know, nothing too spectacular. But yeah, I think he's kind of cute like that. Oh. So that is our major extra. And then we've just got these two. I mean, you see these almost on all my videos. So this is the extra, and this is our main piece. So again, I have the link to these molds in the description box. I also have a discount coupon code in there as well. So if anybody is wanting to get one, I will have the information in my description box. Alrighty, and thank you again to Let's Resin for supplying these molds. I look forward to doing the other 3. And yeah, we will see you guys all on the next video, guys. Bye.